Woo! All right, back at it again, guys. What's going on? Hope hope you're all having a happy Thursday or Friday, depending on wherever you're at. The purpose of this particular stream today, not so much to showcase an aircraft or, um, stream a flight or whatever. I try to be as educational as I possibly can. Um, if I didn't, I don't know, it'd be one of the other 2,000, different YouTube channels out there that, stream flights. It's try to make it at least a little educational. We're all lifelong learners, so instead of wasting time, streaming from point A to point B, let's just have some fun and learn. Yay! That was good. No, but actually, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be focusing on the GTN 650 750 from Flight 1. And the reason why I do it is because what's going on, Braden? I think the 750 is probably one of the most underused add-ons in the flight sim industry, period. The thing can do so freaking much. We just actually got one installed at our 172 at our club, and it's beautiful. Very expensive, but it's just an amazing piece of hardware. So try to pass on a little of what I know, and hopefully it serves you guys well in your air flight simming. Or my disclaimer: this is not for world aviation. This is just flight sim, so don't take what I say and jump in the airplane. It's make sure you follow. Let's see, what is it? What airplane is that? Oh, the Carenado Rockwell Commander 690 Bravo. But yeah, don't take what I say and just go run off to your 650 or 750 equipped airplane and go do this for real. I mean, I watched the videos. I think you watch like a couple of videos and some computer based training, and that was pretty. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. But but yeah, don't go and take what I say for gospel and go out in the real airplane try to do this. But what I'm saying is coming out of the manual, and just use that in lieu of the proper educational materials, and the thing's super easy to pick up. I mean, honestly, you can download the trainer and play with it. So, but I gotta say that. But all right, let's go ahead and dig into it. So the first thing I will say, the differences between the 650 and the 750 is really not much. The 650, of course, does not have as much real estate as the 750, and also Whoops. All right, cool. I was the last stream. That's cool. But yeah, I mean, that's really the only difference between 650 and 750 is the Jefferson chart view that comes with, well, it's optional on the 750. And other than that, as far as functionality wise, they're basically the same. Basically, basically the same song, different dance. So, let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Try to at least get some battery power on. And let's go ahead and turn on our position lights, beacon light. I might have to adjust the volume. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust the volume, but let's see. Go ahead and start this guy up. Oh, and get on the break. I almost forgot. There we go. Man, that is super low. All right. But alrighty, wait for it to start up. One thing I will recommend and totally advise against is trying to flight plan just on the just on battery power alone, unless you have ground power or the engine running. I highly advise against it, both flight sim and real world, for obvious reasons. Especially with this guy here, because she is somewhat power hungry. All right, so let's go ahead and connect the generator, distribution. All right, cool. Inverter, radio. Don't need autopilot. Wait for that guy to fire up. And of course, you want to verify your nav data. Now, this is the training version, so you know it's gonna be not current, of course. And let me see if I can get this thing to zoom in. There we go.
TOS system test okay.
There we go. All right, cool. Goes through its normal toss check. But there you have it here, the 750. One of the things to me, see, when I first started, I trained on the KLN 89B. That was the 89 was the VFR version. The 89 Bravo was the IFR equipped version from Bendit's King, and it was the old school black and like red and black dot matrix wording, and it was, yeah. Basically, you know, you use it for situational awareness, but most of the time, to me, VOR navigation was still easier, because sometimes the functionality was a little convoluted. But you know, then along came the 90. The 90 was a little nicer, and then the 94. That's when you started getting like full color displays. And this is all Bendit's King gear, by the way. I didn't really dive into the Garmin until there was a couple of airplanes that had them. A couple of newer airplanes had the 430, and then when WASP became available, the 430 Whiskey. and that was the freaking bee's knees. You know, you hardly ever got a chance to rent that one out because everybody wanted to use the 430, and then of course we started getting a couple with the 5s equipped with the 530s, and you know, then along comes this, and it's just like a game changer. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it's simply just a game changer. There are several ways you can enter flight plans through this guy. You can either do it graphically or via the home page. You can add it waypoint by waypoint. Normally, if it's somewhere, if I'm going just from point A to point B, I mean, heck, I'll jump in here and get in the pan mode and just kind of drag to where I want to go. Like, for example, if I want to go to, by the way, we're located in TKI in McKinney, Texas. So let's say we want to head up north, and you'll throw that in there, and then graphically edit flight plan, and then highlight that guy. Bam, you're done. You know, I mean, super. I mean, you can't really get much easier than that. You know, I mean, it replaces sectionals, and I mean, of course, you want to always have a backup source of navigation. Even today, I still carry paper IFR sectional and a paper VFR sectional and an AFD. I mean, that's just, if I don't have those, I'm not going. I mean, of course, between this, Garmin Pilot 4Flight on your iPad, and then, we all carry smartphones nowadays, so I believe the Garmin Pilot app is available on Android devices as well, so you can download that for your phone. If your phone dies, we have smartwatches. I mean, there's a myriad of contingencies that we have available to us now, but in my opinion, there will always be a place for paper charts. Approach plates, not so much, because they get a little cumbersome, but yeah, I'm old school. Sorry. So I mean, graphically setting them up it's super simple. Basically just pretty much what we did there. Another cool feature that the 650 does not have that the 750 has is all of your audio, basically your entire audio panels up here. I mean, it's yeah. Of course, you can adjust all of your monitor radios here, your mic selections, your intercom. I mean, everything is visually there, so there's no get you out of beta, so there's no guessing or no guesswork or anything like that. Pipe stuff, pipe music over the comms. It's yeah. Another cool feature is the little identifier here, so we know we're dialed into Fort Worth, and if you select this little corner here, you go to find. It'll also have like your recent comm frequencies, things like that. You jump to your nearest. Let's say if we're looking for frequencies for Addison, we'll dive over here, and your ATC frequencies there, clearance is there, ground freak, Unicom. I mean, just it's all there. Which kind of gets rid of the scratch pad on the kneeboard kind of deal there. Also, if you're picking up a clearance, you can record your departure clearance and play it back later. I mean, just all right. Enough about real world stuff. No problem. Sorry. call me a Garmin fanboy, but I mean there are others out there. There's Aspen. There's a few other handhelds floating around there, but I mean honestly, you know, Garmin is the bee's knees in the aviation world. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. You know, like for example, I'm just going to pit Broken Bow Airport as a example for entering a flight plan on the flight plan screen. We'll go ahead and blow this guy out. We don't need this, but we'll keep Tango Kilo India in there, and we're going to add a waypoint. And initially, you know, I'm sure I'm going to go ahead and assume, and most of you know basic flight plan nomenclature, intersections, things like that. Like for example, we'll go ahead and let's say we're taking off here. We're going to head direct to the Paris VRR. So we'll do PRX there. Now what we can also do with PRX, we can also use PRX as an entry point to an airway, whether it be a jetway or a Victor airway. So we'll do, we'll load an airway. We'll do, let's see, we'll do Victor 124 there, and our exit point will be, I want to say YouTube, but it's not YouTube. It's YoTub or something like that. So we'll do YoTub there. Load that. Now, depending on the distance along the Victor Airway you go, sometimes it'll autofill, you know, tons of intersections, but this is a fairly short flight, so it's just YoTub. That'll be the one there. And then of course, you know, your airport Broken Bow 990 Foxtrot, throw that in there, and you're done. That's it. You're ready to go. You can zoom out there and check out the airport. We know it's going to be fairly small. Then we can also highlight it there, waypoint info, 90 Foxtrot. Click on that. We'll have the pretty much entire complete rundown of the airport. Talks about the runways there, how much we got. Fairly short runway, 3,200 feet by 50 foot wide. All your frequencies there. It's uncontrolled, so it's a multi-com frequency. Any NOTAMs, if we were hooked up with weather, this guy, just a little tidbit, this guy can accept weather from, there's a module you'd purchase, like a GW something, that will feed Sirius XM weather. It can also handle onboard radar. Of course, you know, be via a module, which, you know, we all know onboard radar is the way you really want to go. NextRad is great. But there is a slight delay, and the way weather is, I mean, by the time NextRad actually gets to your feed here, sometimes it's several minutes off. So that storm that may have been just south of you is now right on top of you, and so you still want to practice good weather avoidance. But I mean, it's just the unit's solid, both in the sim and real world. The sim uses the training edition of the 750 software. So what you're playing with is the GTN 750. So if you ever, you know, if your local club happens to get one installed, or you decide to purchase one, I mean, you'll have a huge advantage over most, because you've already been familiar with it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I mean, it's really straightforward. Even the one that we because we actually did went a little different. We actually did the 750 and 650. I think that package ran close to, with installation, close to 41,000, I think. This unit alone runs about 17,000. So it's pretty pricey, but it's one of those deals, you buy it and you know you don't have to really worry about, unless you just want a glass MFD and all that fun stuff. But I mean, as far as navigating, I mean, you're pretty much covered. Like I said, this stream was going to be pretty short. There's really not much else to it. Shooting approaches is just like shooting any other RNAV approach. There are a couple of nice features. For example, this particular airport does not have an approach, but let's see. Let's go. We'll do this here. Let's do this. Let's do. Oh, I don't want that. We'll do remove that, and we'll say Tulsa. So Tango Uniform Lima, throw that in there, and waypoint info. Go to procedures. Go down here and LPV. Normally your LPV approach is going to be the approach of choice. Hold on 1 second, checking the message real quick. Okay, cool. Anyway, anything. All right. But let's say, for example, we'll pick the RNAV 08 GPS LPV approach. Now, in case you're wondering, LPV stands for, I think, Localizer Performance with Vertical Guidance. So it is considered an RNAV precision approach. This unit can also run an LNAV plus VNAV with advisory vertical guidance. And then you'll have like your just regular localizer performance approach. So no vertical guidance. So trying to think of any others. Then I think there's like a LP plus V. So it's your localizer performance with advisory vertical guidance. But basically, when you're flying the approach, this particular unit, I think within about 31 miles, it'll switch to terminal mode, and at that point, your CDI scale or your course deviation indicator, it'll transition from 2 to 1 nautical mile at full scale deflection. So basically, it kind of narrows in. And when you approach the initial approach fix, you'll get like, let's say for example, a waypoint indication. So you'll get like haggle will start flashing, and it's a lot easier to fly in one. I don't have a whole lot of time today, guys, so I'm sorry. I can't fly one today, but basically you see the waypoint message. When the distance to your approach fix gets close to 0, it'll give you a turn advisory. Your final approach fix, I believe, it'll rescale to, it's kind of more angular in nature. So it'll look like your standard ILS approach. And basically you just capture the glide slope as you would in ILS. I mean, it's super simple. Oh, LPVs are awesome. If you ever get a chance to fly one. They're awesome. And of course, you know, when we're diving into here, we'll have you have your charts here posted, which is nice. So you'll have your initial approach fix there. And I mean, panning is extremely easy to do on this thing. And then you'll go down here and verify your altitudes there. 3,500 feet, you'll intercept at your final approach fix, which is CBIP, and ride her on down. There are several methods the unit will accept to transition into the approach. No, you're not going to fly the course reversal. I don't think I've ever flown a course reversal since I've used this thing. So you'll fly basically this one. Let's see, yeah. So the haggle transition, you know, you'll hit that, or you know, you can do vectors. Trying to think of something that you would use. There's your airport preview. So you know, of course, a few miles out, you'll kind of familiarize yourself with the runway. You're landing on what, 36 left. So you know, if you're taking taxiway Lima 2, where General Aviation is, there's BizJet International, assuming that's the FBO fire station over there in case, you know, crap hits the fan. See, NOTAMs, frequencies. Like I said, it's super straightforward. Trying to think of anything useful. One thing that can serve you well on trips, if you go to utilities here, there is a VNAV calculator. So you can pick a target waypoint there, and you can set up a target, a somewhat, I guess, pseudo time of descent, and you can pick your offset before, after, your vertical profile. So you'll punch in your foot per minute. Checklist. Of course, this would be aircraft specific, but you know, you can set up a little generalized checklist there. Let's see, trip planning. It's pretty nice to use. Gives your ETA, your direct track, which there is a difference between your track and your direct track. Of course, this is just like, you know, your 430s here, and just adjust your CDI to GPS or localizer. This will auto flip if you're shooting a legitimate ILS approach. This will auto flip to a localizer approach. Trying to think of anything else that would be pertinent to flight simming. Let's see. I'm doing this for a listener as well. I had a request last stream to run a quick stream of setting up this guy, and so I'm doing that for him. I really didn't have any intentions on any content today, but you know, if I can do anything to provide any assistance, I'll definitely do that. You'll never use this. This is it is awesome. I'm not gonna lie. it is awesome because this guy is Bluetooth capable. but you'll never use that. The terrain, it is nice, especially when you're in Colorado. You won't use that. That's for like serious weather and stuff like that. If you zoom in, I believe this is more so on the approaches. It's not going to do it, but if you zoom in, it will place the aircraft on the chart depending on where you're at in it. So, like for example, it's puts this right there on the approach plate. And let's see, no, traffic. Of course, this is a ADS-B capable in and out, so you'll get traffic updates on the ground. Let's say if you're at DFW or something and you're taxiing, you do get a nice visual representation of the of traffic. So that's huge, especially when you land in the large airports there. I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, it's just really, everything's literally at the at the tip of your fingertips. Nearest NDB, nearest airport. You can also filter this in the settings depending on runway distance. If you're, I don't know, heck, if you're in a DC-6 or something and you can't do anything with a 2,000 foot runway, you can adjust it and stay out of beta. Flight service stations, that was kind of more pertinent back in the day. I mean, they're still available, but we can hit the freak there and doop, there you go. You're talking to Fort Worth Flight Service Station. ILSs, the ILSs are identified. So back, I remember, well, I mean, you can still do it, but you really don't have to listen to Morse code. Nice, your ILS identifiers right there. Let's see here, VORs. Of course, you can tune to whatever VOR you want. Has the bearing 2. So here's your NDB. NDBs for those who still use those. Let's see, air traffic control. It's I mean, like once I started flying with this thing, it's I mean, it's just an invaluable tool. So if you guys haven't purchased this, just go ahead and do yourself a favor and purchase it. I think I didn't put a link there, but I mean, Flight 1, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with Flight 1. So, yeah, guys, check it out. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop it on the comment section. Like I said, this wasn't really meant for any particular purpose, but to help out a viewer. So, viewer, you know who you are. If you have any questions on it at all, feel free to drop me a line on the chat. This is like the most important part. This guy is also nice because you have the ability to save flight plans. You can do it on the 430 as well, but the knob turning and trying to, so I'll do Broken Bow. I'm doing Broken Bow because it is a nice airport to fly to. And let's see, that's weird. Let me dive in here and check and make sure. Broken Bow, PRX. Let's see, Yeah, 106 miles. Yeah. So yeah, you just go to menu, store, and confirm it. And of course, I have some other routes in here as well. Let's say we wanted to activate TKI to JSV. We'll just activate it, place current route, and bam, there we go. Or, you know, if we're already in Sallisaw, whatever, you just come in here and invert it, you know, and there you go. It's a trip back. So, like I said, other than that, I mean, it's pretty nice. Flight plan preview, you got it there. Yeah, easy peasy, guys, easy peasy. All right, other than that, I think that is it for me. Like I said, you know, have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop it in the chat. This little, you know, tutorial didn't even scratch the surface of what this thing can do. So I would highly recommend jumping onto the Garmin site and downloading the manual if you want to dive more into the, you know, the nuances of the unit, learn its true capabilities. Like I said, I mean, it's it's amazing. It's the freaking bee's knees. I don't care. I rarely get excited about, you know, about gear and stuff like that, but well worth the 17 grand. Well worth it. All right, guys. I've been trying to get out of here for forever, but all right, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop it in the chat. But other than that, till next time, if you can't be good to yourself, be good to each other, and we'll see you later.